So, welcome to the Campfire, lads and lassies, a wondrous place where we can do all kinds of stuff and things. Mostly things. Now, I'll be testing the waters a bit here, so please let me know if you like this concept. Obviously, I'll have to explain the concept, right? So, the campfire will be mostly around 3 to 5 minutes more or less, making them a lot less work intensive as the Order of the Sillies. And since this is a chill place to hang out, it will be a facepalm free zone as well, so to speak. Basically, it comes down to 5 ideas I've been aching to try out. So here we go. Number 1. The campfire would allow for taking shorter snippets from the long-winded streamer Sillies, hiding behind their multiple hours long content. Content that would be hard to impossible to incorporate in the Order of the Sillies, which is made for real-time reactions while playing a video. You've got nowhere to hide. I'm coming for ya. Number 2. With the campfire being quite a bit less work intensive, it gives me another way to support the Order of the Sillies and the channel in the YouTube algorithm by being more visible in terms of exposure. I've come to notice the interactive non-interactive streaming premieres I've come up with are suffering a bit in that department. Turns out the YouTube algorithm either doesn't understand what I'm doing, or it favors published and premiered content over streaming. I do have a lot of fun hanging out with you guys, so the Order of the Sillies will remain as such. Number 3. It would be possible to use this as a reading the comments talkybit, and I could have a bit of fun with a subject I find amusing or when someone's wrong or strange on the internet. Number 4. I'll be able to have a look at our current jesters to perhaps give them a chance to present a new point, mostly to see if they're ready to step back into reality. Number 5. And optional bonus option. Optional bonus option. Yeah, that sounds about right. Anyway, this would go back into streaming, maybe using the campfire here as a sort of casual hangout. Or, if the channel does get to that point, hosting debates, which is not really my thing, but if I can get some exposure to other channels who want to do debates, why not? I'll definitely be open to the idea with me and potentially someone else as a moderator or something. And of course, this would also open up a more structured framework for the streams or charity live streams. Mind you, Mirror Monday isn't gone, it's just I'm trying to figure out if it would work better at the campfire or perhaps still as an interactive non-interactive stream. Maybe just a premiere would be better. I'm not entirely sure about that yet. Something about the YouTube algorithm is both strange and unfathomable. Unfathomable? And I'm not even sure if I correctly pronounced that. Well, that was quite a bit of info, wasn't it? And with that out of the way, let's start with Del. Turns out he has some new toys he wants to show off. Del, you ready, mate? Oh, come on, not this again. Del, you're on. Oh, for fuck's sake, Del?
So, we start with the body of water, and it will be performed over the body of water.
Spiffy! Sounds like you have a plan.
Now, plain engineering principles will be utilised. We start from the very first point. This is our reference point. Okay? What will happen is, we build the first reference point perfectly plumb.
Is that Lego what you're using? That is quite ironic, but I'll try to constrain myself.
Perfectly level, okay, over the body of water.
I have a vague idea what you're trying to do here.
Then...
Oh, please, Del, take your time.
What we do is, we now build blocks, okay, perfectly square to the first piece. Nothing to do with terrain underneath. This is the starting reference point.
Well, contrary to popular belief, I don't think this will end well for you, Del.
And I'm using Lego to just show the principle. It's as good as anything. The principle stands, okay? So we start to build from this point, perfectly square from the first point, and we build the blocks out. We can support underneath. The supports underneath are irrelevant. They're only there to support the structure. Well, in that case, they aren't really irrelevant now, are they? Not to mention, if you're building something on that scale, you would definitely have to take the curvature of the earth and... never mind. I will reserve my judgment for later. What's important is that these blocks are square, perpendicular to this first starting point. Now, I'm left wondering why it's taking you so long to construct something that... Oh, jeez, man. Once we have achieved the structure, what must happen on a globular Earth is this. Well, that is an insanely huge structure you got there, if that is the curve. This gap between the bottom of the structure and the body of water must increase as we build from the very first plumb point. And what you should see is a tangible measurement from the last block to the surface of the water. I'd say that's a fancy LIGO Lab you have there, right? That's tangible. That's quantifiable, actual measurement of substances.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about your favorite words. Tangible, measurable. Go on, Del.
Not, I'll build this and then I'll look along it, so that the further it goes in the distance it appears to drop.
So I take it you've never heard of the LIGO Lab. I mean LIGO Lab. I couldn't resist anymore.
No. Tangible measurement. Stop being deceptive and trying to take people down a narrative or a path of absolute pseudoscience.
Well, I'm sorry, Del. This is a very bad example for what you're trying to say. We have done that. You have never heard of the LIGO Lab, huh? Otherwise you wouldn't come with this silly example. So the LIGO Lab has 4-kilometer arms, which is a flat construct. It's not level, meaning at the end of the arms, they actually had to raise the mirror to bounce back the laser because of the curvature of the Earth. Now, if the Earth was actually flat, they wouldn't have to do that.
You disingenuous little cretins, okay?
Well, calm down, Del. You do realize who you're dealing with here, right? That kind of language has no influence on me. Also, it's not very supportive of the case you're making.
So, get on board with this because yours is flawed.
Been there, done that. LIGO Lab, LIGO Lab. It's almost the same.
Seriously flawed. This is not.
LIGO, LIGO.
Okay, there is no flaws to be had in this proposition. So if you're a scientist, you're a claimer of being objective and want resolve and to actually know what your reality is, this is the experiment you must partake in.
Holy hell, Del, I don't think you understand the gravity of the situation you're in right now. Your LIGO Lab is basically the LIGO Lab. So, no, request denied. You will still be a jester in the Order of the Sillies. I hope you still enjoy your stay.
Tangible, actual constructs with substance.
Bye-bye, Del. Always going on about research this, research that, tangible evidence this, measurable results that. And he doesn't even do his research. Hey, good God, man. Always amusing to see Lego Del using Lego for a LIGO Lab. Huh? So let me know what you think of this idea. Mind you, this one had one hell of an intro talkybit. That will not be the case for the others, obviously. Also, keep an eye out for my patrons of the Order of the Unhallowed. They've been neatly sorted by rank in alphabetical order in the description this time. And there's a bunch of links in there as well to Facebook, the Twitters, Patreon, our Discord where I hang around with 82 Productions, Brainy Beaver, Fighty Flat Earth, Justice, and the Creaky Blinder. Also, I've added a merchandise link. It's new, but if you want to look as spiffy as me, go right ahead. There's some stuff on there you can buy and stuff. That was one of the worst sales pitches ever. Anyway, thanks you lovelies for having a gander at this new concept I'm throwing out there. And make sure to let me know in the comments what you think, specifically about this concept. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!